indeed, and welcome to the Guest Room Podcast. I'm your host, Mike. That's Matthew over there.
Sometimes.
That's Andy.
Hi.
And that's KD.
Run.
Sometimes I run.
Can I just say, that was a great secret phrase and all, but it's just nice to have Mike back.
I had that written down to say first thing, and you beat me to it. Yeah, after hearing a Kevin hosting and a KD hosting, I haven't even heard the next hosting yet, but Mike, it's great to have you back.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if you didn't like my hosting before, right?
Yes, it doesn't.
Yes, and I didn't.
Yes, we have no bananas.
Listeners, welcome in. It's a trivia podcast. We play games, we ask questions, and we try to answer them. You can play along. One game you can play along with is called the Secret Phrase game, and that's where one of us has been assigned a secret phrase to say by the other three hosts, where you try to sneak it in somewhere in the episode, and you have to figure out who said it and what they said. And if you're right, and if we are on schedule, you will get entered into a monthly drawing in which you will, if the winner, receive some special Guest Room branded merch. So, play along. Hi, Matthew.
Hello.
How are you? Sorry, I threw
Is
to you.
is that burying the lead?
As soon as, Matthew's been on a lot on our podcast. Is he the lead anymore?
Maybe too much.
Well, we are going to be playing a game of Jeopardy today, and on the Guest Room Podcast, we call that a Jepisode. And today's Jepisode has been prepared for us by Matthew. So, Matthew, would you snickerdoodle us through your categories?
What are you holding?
I love a snickerdoodle. That is what I'm about to tell you
Oh
about.
my goodness,
So,
please.
Does this episode have rewards?
This episode, for the first time ever, you're playing for something
Wow.
more than just dollars.
Are those high chews?
They are high chews, but they're not just any high
They're not
chews,
just
my
any.
friends.
I see
They're high
foreign
chews
writing.
from Japan.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And they're flavors that are unavailable here in the States.
yeah.
At least some of them are. Some of them aren't. So I did what I could. All
Do
right.
you smuggle them through customs?
I reported
what is
them.
that,
I
like
reported them
produce?
properly. Yeah.
You can't have fresh oranges.
Don't
or
plant high
chews.
chews.
One of them has strawberries on it, so I think that does count as fresh produce. So I have 4 packs of Japanese haichus here. Makes sense. Hand out one to each host. Wrong. Not on this podcast. You don't get handouts.
Yeah.
You earn it. You earn every last haichu. And so we're
I
going to
don't
do...
need your handouts.
This is the Japan Cup hosted by Haichu.
Uh-oh.
We're going to have 3 Jepisodes.
Not sponsored by.
Well, no. It's brought to you by. We're going to have 3 episodes, and whoever wins each episode will get 1 Haichu.
Oh.
Whoever has the most points combined at the end of 3 episodes will get the last Haichu.
Wow.
It's a grand thing.
And be crowned the champion of the Japan Cup, brought to you by Haichu. So there you go.
Insane. It is insane.
So it's like each one of these is like the Preakness or
I would relate it more to Mario Kart, like the mushroom cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not gonna lie,
yeah.
I was researching today for a possible pub quiz, and I was like doing fictional cups, and all I could come up with was the Mario Kart
The
ones.
Star Cup,
Yeah,
the Flower Cup.
yeah. So I didn't do it.
I like it. All right. So, Katie, there are only 3 boards here in the Japan Cup, but you won last time, so I'll let you choose which one of those you want.
Okay.
They are Fun with Words, Roman numerals I.
Oh no.
It's back. And the one that I'm frankly the most excited about, a Common Bond board.
I guess we should go with the common bond board then.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
You all know I love a good Common Bond
You do.
pub
You do.
quiz. And so
And
one
we do.
day it popped into my head, what if you had a Jepisode board where each of the categories has a common bond? So the common bond will always be the 600-point question. So if you feel like you know it, even after like the 200-point question, you can just go right for the 600-pointer.
What do you say?
And give it a try. You just say,
Same.
you know,
You
I'll
pull a
take,
KD.
I'll take that one for 600.
Say 600 because you want that question read.
Yeah, whatever that category is.
Oh, so there's still a clue for it. It's,
Yeah, so there's
The clue
still
is
clues.
what's the common bond?
Right.
Wait, so I could, let's say I get the 100, the 200. If I think I know it, Like if I say 600 and then Andy says Andy before I say KD, he gets to answer it.
No. So you will, if you call the 600, you will get the first crack at it.
Wait.
So there's a little strategery
wait.
here. Because if you go for the 600, you're going to reveal what the common bond is for the other answers and maybe give your
So if you don't get it, you lose
opponents
600
ahead.
points, right?
Yeah, you'd still
Okay.
lose 600 points.
Now, what if when this happens, when there's only 600 pointers left and we don't know the common bonds and someone just gets stuck with the board, they're just going to lose 1,200 points?
I have that written down here. The person with control will have the first chance to take any of the 600 pointers that they want, and I'll be happy to reread the answers if anybody needs that. If they decline, the lowest point scorer will have the option of buzzing in on any of them that they want to try to clean up, and then the second lowest.
Okay, so you don't have to buzz.
And
in.
if nobody wants to buzz in on a question, I will read the remaining 600 pointers, and then so that you have the answers for each of them, and then we'll go on to Final Jeopardy.
Okay.
So nobody will be forced to lose points.
okay.
You will lose points of your own accord.
Oh, yeah, I will. Actually, I don't know if I will because I care more now. There are haikus.
There are Japanese haikus
There's
at
exclusive
stake.
flavors on the line.
That's right. All right. So I'll now sort of announce the categories. They are
Sort of.
first, second, third. You get the idea. You can get us home from there. All right. Okay. So now one final note. These categories each have
Ew.
That's how Ed Sheeran says it in some song. Under the lamppost back on 6th Street.
Ed Sheeran. I say this as a funny looking person, but he's kind of a funny looking person. All right. So
Yeah.
note that each of these categories also have kind of their own themes, what the questions are about. There are questions about music in one category, questions about religion, questions about brands, questions about sports, questions about pop culture, questions about quotes. But that's not the common bond in the category. That just happens to be what the questions are about. So don't let that throw you off.
Yeah,
You're looking,
the answers have a theme, not the questions.
Right. So you're looking for what the common bond is between the answers to the questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So Katie, where do you want to start us off here?
Let's go.
Yeah, KD, where do you want to start?
Wait.
You have so many good choices here. A lot of information on the board right
Is there
now.
a daily double on this board?
There is. And it's randomly placed like all of mine.
I mean, no, that'd be mean to you. I kind of wanted to blow up the board and just go for all the 600s. Nobody's going to answer anything. Let's do second for 100.
All right.
yeah.
Second for 100. That's a great selection. Okay.
Are you going to say that regardless of what I selected?
So yeah, these questions are sports related, but again, that's not the common bond here.
Okay.
All right. For 100, the blank people eaters was the Katie.
Purple.
Purple was the nickname for the defensive line of the Vikings from the late 1960s to the late 1970s. Thank you for saving me from having to read the rest of the clue. It was a long one.
Second for 2.
Second for 2, Jacob deGrom is the only active MLB starter who has an average of less than 1 in this statistic. Katie.
Whip.
Whip is correct. Walks and hits per innings pitched. I thought Mike would get it since it was baseball related, but not this time. All right, Katie, the board is still yours.
This is scary.
He's thinking whether he wants to go for the 600 and grab for the brass ring.
300.
300. This is the first name of Russell, Lambier, and Walton. Katie.
Bill.
Bill is correct.
Third for 100.
All right. Oh, switching categories. Okay. Everybody's keeping notes, which I think is a smart plan. All right. So in this category, these all relate to brands you'd probably find at Walmart, but again, not the common
Wait,
one.
is that marketed primarily
towards
men?
Target is primarily towards women. Families.
Families is a nice way to put it. All right.
Mike said it, not me.
Just for the record. All right. For 100, blank brand comes first in an alphabetical listing of Kellogg's cereals.
Repeat.
Blank brand comes first in an alphabetical listing of Kellogg's cereals.
Andy.
All
brand.
All is correct.
Nice.
Second for 400.
This is all right. Going back to that category here. Going back to the sports. This synthetic alternative to grass was popular
Andy. AstroTurf.
AstroTurf was popular in the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
How is AstroTurf part of a theme?
It's not AstroTurf anymore. It's something different now. That's what I learned.
What is it?
I don't know. They came up with something new.
Oh.
AstroTurf turned out was more dangerous.
You're leaving me hanging.
It doesn't have a cool name anymore. That's why nobody knows what it is.
Second for 500.
All right, for 500. This city's NFL team has had 3 different names since 2020.
Repeat.
Mike,
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. is correct. They've been the Redskins, the Washington football team, and the Commanders. All right. Is Mike going to go for the 600 or is he going to move on? He's looking at his board. Just to review the answers in the category, we have Purple, Whip, Bill, AstroTurf, Washington, D.C.
We're going to go third for 200.
Going to go third for 200. Blank Armor spells armor with a U despite being an American company.
Andy.
Oh,
Andy,
Under.
under is correct. Yeah, that just bugs me.
Third for 300.
I was thinking of, I knew it was under, but I was thinking of the logo of Arm & Hammer. And I was like, that can't be right.
Third for 300. Blank 5 is an underrated candy bar.
Andy.
Mike.
Mike,
Take
take. Such a good candy bar.
400.
Blank Eddie is a vodka company founded in 2010.
Spell Eddie.
EDDY.
EDDY?
And he's thinking about it.
I don't know.
All right, hit that sounder.
Andy, that's you. Hit the sounder, Andy.
Hold on.
The answer is Deep.
Oh.
Deep Eddie. All right, the board is still Mike's.
Third for 500.
Third for 500. Clabber Blank is a baking soda that debuted in... Andy.
Girl.
Yes, in 1899. I guess when clabber was a word that people used. All right. Is Andy going to go for the 600? The clues in that category, just to review for the listeners, the answers were all, under, take, deep, and girl.
Fourth for 100.
All right.
These are hard, Matthew.
Yeah, I'm with you, Andy.
They're going to click.
Are they?
Hopefully. Hopefully people at home are shouting at you. That's all I ask for. All right. So these questions are pop culture in nature in the fourth category here.
Specifically in nature?
No. All right. For 100, this is the last name of the character created by Ian Fleming and Katie.
Bond.
Yes. And never played on screen by Daniel Day-Lewis.
Salty. 200.
In the Blank Effect series, you typically play as Shepard.
Kitty.
Andy.
Mass.
Mass is correct.
Fourth for 300.
Fourth for 300. This is the assistant of Dr. Bunsen Honeydew in The Muppets.
Andy.
Andy.
Crap.
Beaker.
Yes, Beaker is correct.
Stupid.
Crap is incorrect. All right, 300 points for Andy. Andy's thinking about reaching for the 600.
600.
He's
Katie.
going for it. What? No. Andy gets first crack.
That's so dumb that you put a stupid kids thing right there.
Wait, is the thing stupid or the kid stupid?
Yeah, it's Bond and Mass, obviously.
What is the common bond between the other answers in this category?
So dumb.
Chemistry terms.
Chemistry terms. Very good. I would have accepted
Mr.
science.
Beaker.
He's not Mr. He's just Beaker.
I am upset. That's stupid.
That reminds me. You know, you said he was going by a different name. Did you hear about Childish Gambino? He changed his name.
No.
Yeah, it's now Childish Antics Can Backfire Jumping Gambino. It doesn't fit on an album anymore, but I mean,
Well, that's not his actual name, though, is it? No. Childish Gambino was never his actual name, right? Isn't his
No.
name like Troy?
No,
it's
you're
Donald
thinking of
Glover.
Community.
yeah, it's Donald
Community is
Glover
not
is
real, Katie. You know that.
That wasn't
right?
a reality TV
right? All right, Andy. The board is
I'm
yours.
I'll
salty,
go
Matthew.
Fourth for 400.
Andy's taking a sip of his cactus cooler just to
Do you want to
celebrate.
just dump that on the table, Andy?
You know he's going to do it later
There's
anyway.
still time. All right, fourth for 400. The blank is a famous play written by Arthur Miller about the Salem witch trials. Katie.
Crucible.
Crucible is correct. It's another chemistry term.
Yeah. 500.
500. This 2-letter consonant blend begins a 7-letter word in the title of both a Star Wars movie and a Harry Potter movie.
Repeat.
This 2-letter consonant blend begins a 7-letter word.
Katie.
PH. PH is correct. Phantom in Star Wars and Phoenix in Harry Potter. Nicely done. All right, Katie, where are you going next?
So
you could try to pick up a 600.
But if I say 600, am I buzzing in?
Yeah,
You're locked into guessing.
you're committed.
Okay.
And that could put you behind in the race for the Japanese high choose.
I know. 6th
All right.
for 100.
6th for 100. All right. These all relate to religions, but again, not the common bond. Okay, for 100, I think you'll like this one. The Chumash people of California have a ceremony that sends young men away from their tribes to eat large quantities of the red harvester version of this small insect. Andy.
Ants.
Ants, that is correct. All right, now, for a Matthew point, according to Wikipedia, what's the effective dose to induce a hallucination? How many ants do you think you have to eat?
200,000?
No, I think it's less than that. It's probably like 10.
Okay, and Mike? We've got very
Can I
different
say
orders.
11?
It's 250, so Mike gets a Matthew point. Good job going last, Mike. That's always a good strategy. Around 250 ants would give you a hallucination from the venom in the stings, which sounds really uncomfortable. All right. The board is someone's.
Me.
Andy.
I'll do 6 for 200.
A crescent of this color was first used as a medical symbol in warfare in 1876, when the Ottoman Empire decided that the cross symbol might offend its Muslim soldiers.
Repeat.
A crescent of this color was first used as a medical symbol. Katie.
White.
No, that is incorrect.
Stupid.
A crescent of this color was first used as a medical symbol.
Mike.
Mike.
Red.
Red is correct.
But the Turkish flag has a white one.
I know, but it was the medical symbol. It's not their flag.
Yeah.
Not their flag.
All right. Mike.
6th for 300.
This word concludes the Jewish prayer Shema Yisrael, which begins
Targeting.
with the phrase, Hear, O Israel.
Mike.
Mike.
1.
1 is correct.
For 4.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Wow. And I had just closed a bit of a gap.
What are the scores, Mike?
I've got 1,300. Katie's got 1,400. Andy's got 1,800.
Whoa.
That's a tight one.
I'm going to put 700 on the line.
700. Soteriology is the study of this religious concept.
Salvation.
That is correct for 700 points. Mike takes the lead. He can almost taste the Japanese haichis and their forbidden flavors.
So Japanese. 500, please, in 6th.
500. This French town became famous after 1858 when the Virgin Mary is said to have appeared to a young girl in a grotto. Katie's nodding, but not in the way that he knows it.
There's a lot of stupid stories like this out there.
Grotto.
But I don't know why 1858. And for that reason, I'm out.
Well, if you know the theme, it might help. But all right, time us out, Andy.
Hold on.
Oh, wait, hold on. What's called?
Wait, I forgot about the theme.
I forgot about the theme.
All right, time it out. Okay, the answer was Lords. All right.
That's what, Lourdes?
Yes, that's how it's spelled.
Lourdes Gurriel, middling baseball player.
I wouldn't know, and Mike definitely wouldn't. All right, Mike, what do you want to do? Do you want to go for the 600 there? The answers in that category have been Ant, Red, One, Salvation, and Lords. Or you can move on to a different category. We still have 1st and 5th left. Speaking of which, Mike, can we get a score update while
Yeah.
you're trying to think about other things?
Let's get a score update. Katie's got 1,400. Andy's got 1,800. And Mike has 2,000.
All right. Where do you want to go, Mike?
Let us go To first for 100.
To first. All right, here we go. All right, all the questions here related to music. Andy immediately perks up.
Yes.
But that's not the common bond. Please listen carefully to the question, as I'm just asking for a specific word or even syllable in some cases. All right, for 100, this is the first syllable in the Smash Mouth smash hit All-Star.
Kitty.
Katie.
Some.
Oh, yeah.
Once I said Smash Mouth, everybody's like, but which Smash Mouth song are you talking about? All right, Katie, what do you want?
200.
This is the second word in tonic solfa notation, also called solfege, after do.
Can you please repeat?
This is the second word in
Mike.
tonic. Mike.
Ray.
Ray is correct. All right, Mike.
300.
This is the third word after bye bye in the song that held the record for almost 50 years as the longest song to enter the Billboard Top 100. Okay, and I should clarify, the third word after the words bye bye. So you would need 3 words later.
Oh, 3 words later.
Yeah, I just realized that was ambiguous.
Andy.
Andy.
Pie.
Pie is correct. Bye bye, Miss American Pie.
Oh, wow.
Does anybody know what song displaced it at long last?
Was it this here Anakin guy?
No.
Childish Gambino.
It was Taylor Swift's All Too Well 10-minute version.
Oh.
Andy, you're up.
400.
400. This is the fourth word in the chorus of a song by Ace of Base, referring to the thing that opened up my eyes. The fourth word in the chorus. Andy.
Sign.
Sign is correct. Although I always thought it was sun growing up.
600.
Oh, for 600. All right. What is the common bond, Andy?
They're math terms.
They're math terms. Some,
What's a ray?
ray, like a on
a line in one
geometry, like a
direction.
line in one direction.
Bruh. I almost after some, I almost went for it.
Pi, sign, and then we still have one left.
500.
Andy with another 600, catching up. All right, for 500, this is the fifth word in the title of a song by Whitney Houston in which she insists that if she should stay, she would only be in your way.
Can you repeat?
This is the fifth word in the title of a song by Whitney Houston in which she insists that if she should stay, she would only be in your way. Andy's looking at me.
Fifth word?
The fifth word.
Fifth.
Fifth. Got to get both the F's in there.
Second?
Seventh.
Seventh.
All right, I'm going to make you time yourself out, Andy.
Is it you?
The answer is U,
What?
yes.
How is that a math
How's that?
term?
How is that a math term?
The U is the symbol for the universal set. in
Oh,
math.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
jeez.
I will always.
You got to
love
trust
you.
your gut, Andy. It's a music question.
I was like,
Come
I
on.
didn't fit it. Oh.
And you didn't buzz in too early. You thought about it.
Man.
All right. So we have one full category left. Then we have
always-
3 600s that are just hanging out there, just waiting to turn the game.
Hanging
What's the score,
out.
Mike?
Katie's got 1,500. Mike's got 2,200. Andy's got 2,500.
Wow. Still so close. All right. Andy, you want fifth?
We're going to do fifth for 100.
Okay. Fifth for 100. All right. These all relate to quotes, but again, not the
Real
common
or
bond.
fake?
Real quotes. Real quotes. Okay, here we go. Voltaire once said, quote, judge a man by his blank rather than his answers, unquote.
Mike,
Mike,
questions.
questions is correct. Very nice.
2.
For 2, Clint Eastwood once said, I have a very strict blank control policy. If there's a blank around, I want to be in control of it.
Mike,
Mike,
gun.
gun is correct.
3.
Dr. Seuss once said, a blank's a blank no matter how small.
Mike,
Mike,
person.
person from Horton Hears a Who.
For 4.
Anthony Bourdain once said, everything important I learned as a blank, even though the job he referenced is perhaps the lowest rung of the restaurant industry.
Andy.
Andy.
Bartender?
No, I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
Yikes.
Can you please repeat?
Anthony Bourdain once said, everything important I learned as a blank, even though the job he referenced is perhaps the lowest rung of the restaurant industry.
Kitty.
Katie.
Dishwasher.
Dishwasher is correct. Good risk.
Thanks.
Do you want the 600 or do you want the 500? Or the 600 from some other category if you're ready?
500.
500. Oprah Winfrey once said, "My idea of heaven is a great big blank blank and someone to share it with," unquote, referring to this cooked starchy food.
Mike.
Mike.
And cheese.
Baked potato.
Baked potato is correct. Very nice. I didn't think anyone would get that one. All right. So, Mike.
I did a potatoes category.
That's true. That's true. You've looked it up before. All right, Mike. Do you want to try the common bond for this category or any of the other categories? Because if not, it will defer to the person with the lowest score, which I think is KD at this point, although it's very close.
This is where I didn't want to be.
So I'll reread the different answers in the categories, which is good for those at home too. Okay, so in one category we had purple, whip, bill, AstroTurf, Washington, D.C. In another category where we still have it, we have all, under, take, deep, and girl. And then in the category we just did, we have questions, gun, person, dishwasher, and baked potato. And then in the last category, we have ant, red, one, salvation, and lords. Do you want any of those, Mike?
Man.
These are 6,000 pointers.
I don't know.
Hopefully all of them you'll say, oh,
There's
when you
some
hear them.
real weird ones in here. I will say that.
Now watch me purple and watch me nene.
Maybe they're just trying to get you to pass, so then they can snap them up. Maybe they know what they are.
That very well could be.
There's a lot of gamesmanship in the Common Bond board. When haichus are on the line, all bets are off. All right, Mike, I'm going to force you to pass. Okay, who has the lowest number of points right now? KD?
Yes.
Can you give me the scores again?
1,900 to 2,100 to 3,300.
Okay, Katie. So you can make
Pass.
a run here. He's going to pass. All right, Andy.
I will take fifth for 600.
Okay, Andy. What do you have?
Things you could describe as hot or heated.
Okay. That's not what I was looking for, but let me look at the... Okay, so the answers were...
like the hot seat. You packing
hot
heat.
questions.
A hot person.
Hot gun. Hot person. Hot dishwasher. Hot baked potato. Okay, I'll give it to you. All right, the correct answer was loaded. Things that are loaded.
Yeah, okay.
Loaded questions, loaded gun.
What's a loaded person?
Somebody who's had too much to drink.
Oh.
Loaded dishwasher, loaded baked potato. All right. Okay, that was a big one. You want to try any of the other ones, Andy?
So I'll take 6 for 600.
Okay.
Please get this
These
wrong.
are Army.
Army, very nice. Army ant. Army, red army. Army of one. Salvation Army, Lord's Army.
Yeah, I wrote Lordis like it was spelled. Yeah.
Hey, you knew that sum was a math term when it was SOME. I mean,
Well, actually,
we're playing fast.
I
and
wrote
loose with these
SUN
things.
because you said it was.
Oh, that's true. The first syllable. Yeah. All right, Andy, you've cleaned 2 600s off the board. Dare you go for the other ones?
I have a guess on third, but I don't want to risk the points, so I'm going to pass from here.
Do I know what
right.
an army ant is?
And nothing for anybody on the second category. Okay. So we'll reveal the second category then, unless anybody wants to take a guess.
Dude, that one's weird.
We were looking for
Things that bounce, but like
terms that have something to do with politics. So
AstroTurf?
purple-
Yeah.
AstroTurfing is a type of where
didn't
you
know.
fake grassroots support. A bill, Washington, D.C., a whip, like a majority whip or whatever, and then purple. States are purple when they're somewhat blue, somewhat red.
Okay.
Everything else.
That's a deep take
I
or an
could've-
undertake or an all take.
I also had, here's my question that I didn't use. Maybe I should have used this one. According to news reports in 1993, the owners of the Baltimore NFL expansion team said they were 75 to 80% sure the name would be the Baltimore this. And the answer was rhinos. And then they floated this as a trial balloon and it got shot down. And everybody's like, no. Rhinos was never the name. Never. So
Nice.
but I didn't think anybody would guess rhino. Okay. Nobody wanted the third one either. where we had all under. Oh yeah, you had a guess for no points.
I think it's a too deep of a cut. Is it lyrics from a Sum 41 song?
Have you ever met me before, Andy?
They all made sense with the word over.
Ooh, you're
The
very
first three:
close.
overall, over, under, overtake.
You're very, very close. We were looking for cover, cover all, undercover, take cover, deep cover, cover girl. You might find a cover all or a cover girl at Walmart, but not the other ones. All right. Okay. So a couple of those were toughies, but Andy with some late ones here. Very nice. Okay. Final Jeopardy. What are our scores going in?
I don't know about hot questions, but that's a question
Yeah.
for another day. Scores
Heated.
going
I said
in.
hot or heated. Heated questions.
I've never heard that before in my
Well,
life.
then my theme was the third one is all or under or take or a deep or a girl. One of those.
Katie has 1,900. Andy and Mike each have 3,300.
All right. It's close. Okay. So you and Andy are tied?
Yes.
Wow, that's rare. Okay. The Final Jeopardy category is knowledge. Knowledge. Is this a knowledge? I guess we'll find out. Okay.
What do you have, Katie?
Now keep in mind
1,900.
your scores will carry over for purposes of the Japan Cup here. So
Are you going to
don't just throw points away, but also here's a chance to get a lot of points.
Here's a chance to get a haichu.
All right. Gotcha.
Actually, Matthew, can I change mine?
Sure.
Absolutely not.
I didn't see yours, Andy. Here we go, Matthew.
But you already told me you weren't going to be changing.
Okay.
I didn't change it by much.
Okay. Andy, how much did you bid? I forget.
It's a numbers.
Yeah.
There's
It's
maybe
a numbers.
there might be four of them. There might be three
It's
of them.
is it
There might be
email?
two. There might be one.
Those are my only options.
It's 0001.
All right. Here is the question. What's the common bond between all the 600-point answers
Are you kidding me?
and the Final Jeopardy category? So to review, for those playing along at home, the common bonds were
Math,
Math.
politics, over, chemistry, loaded, and army.
no, not over. It was cover. Cover was the correct answer.
Oh, sorry. I forgot the C.
Cover, things having to do with chemistry, loaded, and army.
And knowledge.
And knowledge, yes. Can't forget that. All right. I'm gonna look for some answers here. I want answers. All right. Katie said dice. All right. We'll come back to that. Okay. Mike said classes. And Andy said warfare. All right. Unfortunately, no one's eyes were opened up to the secret theme, which was bases. Bases. There are bases in politics. You cover your bases. There are bases in math, like base 10, for example. Bases in chemistry, loaded bases, army bases, knowledge bases.
What's a loaded base?
Bases loaded, like in baseball.
What's a James Bond?
Yikes.
What's a politics base?
You like your base. You're playing to your base in politics.
Your voter base.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Well,
What were the wagers?
what were the wagers? KD
I
was in
wagered
last place
12.
and you wagered 12. So you're 12 more points away from Haichu. Andy, what did you wager?
Wagered 700.
700, a modest wager. And Mike, how confident did you feel going into this final category?
Not at all. I wagered 0.
Mike wagered 0. So Mike wins the Haichu in the first leg of the Japan Cup. But that's only the beginning. So we'll see what happens next. So what do you guys think of the Common Bond board? New idea?
I enjoyed it. Mm-hmm. It was hard.
It ended up being, I didn't think the common bonds were that hard when I was coming up with them, but they ended up being a lot harder than
The key, the key to the right of G and the key to the right of 7.
You hated it?
I hated it.
Wow, I'm so surprised. You were rolling along at the beginning.
Not really.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of thought you were.
No,
Yeah,
it
it's
wasn't.
true.
It wasn't about the gettability of the questions. It was the
I thought it was fun.
non-jeopardiness of it.
It was a new game for sure.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed a new game, but it was hard. For instance, if you don't know something like AstroTurf, that not only was the thing that would have helped me get it, but it was the thing that was preventing me from getting it.
Right,
Because I was
right,
like, I don't know anything about AstroTurf except like, was it first used in the Saints?
No idea.
No, in the Astros.
Oh, right. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, things like that, or
Kevin's more politically minded, so I guarantee you he's somewhere
Probably.
right now yelling at his phone.
I would have whooped all of you.
I would have killed you. For me, similar to KD, spelling out lords and some,
Yeah.
and that wasn't your fault. That was my fault, or just a product of the game. But
Yeah, I think
that hurt me.
in an effort to make what happened on the chemistry category not happen. So like that being, you get the 300-point question. You also get 600 points because the theme's super easy. In an effort to make that not happen on the other categories, you made it super duper hard.
Well, that was not my intent, but all right, Mike, what are the final scores?
Final scores as they stand. As they stand so far. So after this Preakness round, KD has
That's
Title
not
of
how
this-
horse.
title
That's not
of-
how horse racing works. You know that, right?
1888.
That's the title of this episode is Preakness.
Andy has 2,600, and Mike ends with 3,300.
All right, it's on the board, and Mike, you may choose your Haichu.
Oh man, let's
Your
see what we have
options
to choose
are,
from. I can't read.
strawberry and green apple, which just say Haichu on them because everybody knows what a strawberry and a green apple looks like. And then the other two there, this one is translated lemon squash by Google Translate, but it
Nice.
has a picture of like a nice refreshing drink. So I think
And
it's
the other
actually
one's
supposed to be lemon lime soda. And then this one is called Whitewater, which is a drink in Japan
Oh my!
that goes by Calpis. And
Oh.
I definitely heard that wrong.
Wow.
Until I finally saw it in writing. It's CALPIS.
I will just tell you by the color; those are some hydrated cows.
It is very white. That's why it's typically called whitewater.
I'm gonna go with Whitewater.
Whitewater it is.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to the what are the other ones called? Belmont.
Yeah, the Belmont Stakes.
Yeah, that.
Belmont Stakes and the Kentucky Derby.
Kentucky Derby. Well, thank you, Matthew. That was a fun twist.
A twist.
That really, I think it just kind of helped that I got the daily double, because overall I did not dominate. Andy was in control of
Andy was the man.
most of the board.
Andy was the Mandy.
Well, listeners, if you think you know who said the secret phrase and what they said, please send your guess to theguestroompodcast@gmail.com. Make sure that you put SPG and the episode number in the subject line. If you're right, within 7 days of this episode airing, you will be entered into a monthly drawing for which you can receive some guest room merch. So that's fun. And clothing.
What else can you say that about?
Actually, it could be a mug.
oh, true.
And now it's time to reveal the secret phrase from 7 days ago.
Oh,
Oh,
you're still here listening. The secret phrase from 7 days ago was this person. Oh, it was me too. The secret phrase was jalapenos love cheese. Love me cheese.
Funny every time. Yeah.
And maybe that kind of puts you into the caricature of jalapenos. Jalapenos love cheese. You want cheese to love you.
Therefore, I'm jalapeno.
You are jalapenos.
It was a good phrase, though.
It was.
Was it not?
Yeah, the intro, outro were something else.
We're workshopping.
There are no bad ideas.
until they get tried, and then you find out. Listeners, thank you so much for playing along. We appreciate you, and we hope that you do it again. So for all of us here at the Guest Room Podcast, for KD, for Andy, for Matthew, and for Lord, I'm Mike, and as always, farewell.